wash over me, let me fall from my surroundings. Take over me, over every rushing memory, if only for a moment. Oh, this could be my last chance. Sail on with me, up here we know we're safe from crashing. Talk to me, feel to the air your heart is breathing. If only for a moment. Oh, this could be my last chance.
Good morning, guys. We have a big day today. We've got a lot of projects we need to get done. As you may know, we are shutting down the cabin, shutting down the island for the winter. We plan to be back up here later, probably in March, when the lake is completely frozen, and we'll enjoy the spring, onset of spring. That's my favorite part of the year, watching the ice melt off the lake and all that. So we're excited about that. But for the coldest months of the year, December, January, February, we plan to go somewhere warm. So we'll let you know where that is and what we end up doing, but it's going to be an epic road trip and a lot of fun. We're going to bring a lot of really cool adventures to you. But today we've got to get some of the stuff done that needs to be done in order to shut down for the winter. One, we've got to bring our boat in for service. It's an annual service. If they're not going to winterize it, we'll do that here, but it needs to be serviced. So we're going to have to pull the boat out onto a trailer and do that. We also need to bring our motorhome in. Yes, we still have the motorhome. It was getting all kinds of things done on it this summer, like reupholstery and just a ton of aesthetic things. I mean, when you live in it for that many years with a family of 5, 3 young children, and a dog, you know, some things got worn out. So Now it has all brand new upholstery and everything. So there's just two little items that need to be done, and then it's pretty much brand new again. And so we're bringing the motorhome into the service guy in town, and then we're going to just do some food shopping. Obviously we don't want to shop for too much food, just enough to last Carol, Dan, and I through next week, and then we're back on the road. So yeah, so we've got to winterize the cabin. That's get the non-toxic antifreeze into the water system so that doesn't freeze. Get the boats out of the water. Make sure the fridge and freezers are empty. We might have a fair bit of leftover organic meat, some full hens and all kinds of stuff in there that we're going to end up giving to Caroline. She's still doing her year of service, and she has a little apartment and a freezer, so she's going to probably benefit from that, especially with the cost of food these days. So just a whole bunch of stuff we need to do to prep for coming up here in March. We also got some of our bikes out of storage. We had them being stored in the boathouse since our last trip with them. We haven't taken them with us in quite some time, but we're hoping to bring them in for some maintenance and repairs and take them with us on this next journey. It's a great way to explore the trails and get some exercise.
Alright, so we're taking the boat in for servicing as well as the RV, and then we got a few other things to pick up, some groceries and stuff, and then if we have time we're going to check out some chimneys. So it's a busy day in town.
Goes quite often on these things apparently. Okay. All right, we've dropped off the boat. It is getting serviced. Just dropped off the motorhome. It's way north of town. It's a bit of a haul, and he's looking for parts. And so now all three of us are in the Jeep, and we're gonna go get something to eat. We're starving.
So you're good for, well, buy all ready all through next summer, I guess,
Okay.
and for servicing and go from there.
All right, we are back with the boat all serviced and good to go. Now it's just, we're gonna use it until we leave, but then it's just a quick winterization here, and then we'll pull it out of the water in the boathouse. But that was a long day, man. It's one of the things I really dislike is going to town. If I could stay at the island all the time, I would. It's just the traffic and the busyness and all the people, and it's just not my thing. But we are back at the island, or at the lake anyway. We're just gonna put the boat in the water and get out to the island where it's quiet and peaceful. Ready, Lando? Hop in, big guy. That's what I'm talking about after all that. I don't know what he was chasing out there. Did he get in with a fight with something? Huh? You have to be careful out there, okay? Yes, you do.
Well, let's go get his medic bag.
gotta be a little more careful, okay? We'll get the medic bag and we'll wrap it and bandage it and make sure you're all good, okay? I don't know what he got into, but he was just running on the mainland off the island, and he got himself pretty excited. He was barking like crazy back in there. Normally that's when he's chasing a squirrel, but he came back with a bloodied foot. So I don't know. We'll bandage him up. He should be okay. He's a tough guy, right, Nando?
Wow. It's still bleeding a lot. Look at that. Poor little guy. He doesn't want it now. He just wants to be happy.
So it's a little incision on the bottom of his paw. Doesn't seem to be hurting him too bad. He's not, you know, flinching when I touch it or anything. He's just bleeding a lot, right? Hopefully that'll take care. If we get it wrapped up and stuff, it'll be all, it'll feel a lot better, yeah? So we put together a dog first aid kit back when we were, where was that? That was a couple years ago. And just went to a bunch of different pet stores and bought painkillers, disinfectants, sprays, ointments, and all that kind of stuff, and then different bandaging. It's similar to what you'd find in a, you know, in our first aid kit, but some of the bandages are a little more robust and less likely for him to chew on them and rip them off. But in this case, I think he's going to be all right without too much bandaging. We're just going to keep an eye on it. It seems to, the bleeding has slowed a lot, if not completely stopped. So we'll see what you think, right, Lando? Really, it seems to be up to the dog. If they're in a lot of pain, you might want to give them a painkiller. But yeah, just like with a human, you do a bit of an assessment, and you feel along the bones of his leg to make sure nothing's busted, and they'll let you know. They'll let you know if it's broken, right, Lando? And they'll let you know where the pain is, so you just gently feel until they indicate. But I've been squeezing his the entire paw bit by bit, and he hasn't made any real flinches. So what do you think? If only you could talk, you could tell me, right? We have this antimicrobial wound dressing for pets, for dogs specifically, which I've sprayed on there, and the bleeding thankfully has stopped, so it's not bleeding a whole lot, if any at all. So I'm gonna just put some gauze under there and bandage it, and we'll just let him rest, right, Lando? I think he's gonna be good. You made it this time. I think this paw, though, he did break his nail. Well, I know that's gonna hurt, and it's pretty sensitive. We have a nail clipper, so we're gonna just clip it back the best we can, but that's gonna be a little sensitive for some time for this guy. But Lando, why do you go so crazy? You have so much fun out there. He just goes nuts. We drop him, you've heard him before, he starts just squealing with excitement, and then he jumps onto the shore and just runs as fast as he can. There's no holding him back. But sometimes he goes a little too hard. All right, well, if you can see his paw here, it looks a lot better. I think a stick is probably what happened. I think a stick went between his toes there and just cut his skin a little bit, but we're back in business, right, buddy? We'll try to keep him resting for a bit while I bandage it, and then he'll probably be out running in a few minutes, knowing this guy. All right, we have some paperwork that we have to have date stamped at the post office today or tomorrow at the latest. So before it rains, it's supposed to rain the rest of this afternoon and all day tomorrow. So we're gonna head into town and deliver that stuff to the post office, pick up any packages, and maybe pick up a few things at the little general store. Another reason why we wanted to go together up to town today, first of all, we have to mail that thing, but the colors are still in full bloom, but they won't be for very long. You get a couple of cold rains like what we're supposed to get in the next 3 days, and a lot of these leaves will be coming down, so we just want to enjoy the beautiful colors of autumn while we can. After that, November, starts getting really cold and dark. It's probably the darkest month of the winter, and so yeah, let's enjoy October while we can. Perfect day for a hot cup of coffee. Alright, we're back at the lake. The rain has held off mostly. It's just spitting a little bit, but not bad at all. But the colors were spectacular, so it was nice to go up there, get a cup of coffee, and enjoy the colors while we have them. Now it's time to go back to the island and see how Dan and Lando are doing.
Thank you.
Is he limping or?
He still licks it all the time. But...
yeah. Lando, how's your foot, buddy? How's your foot? Can I see it? Can I see your foot? Here, give me your paw. Give me the paw. Give me the paw. Let me see. Oh, yeah, let me see. Oh, it looks so much better. Oh, wait, gentle. Oh, I know, it's still sore. Looks a lot better than yesterday. Seems to be a little tender, but he's tough, right, Linda?
So I got the heart rock that Tanner's mother gave me on our trip. Now I can finally put it at the island in a special place. But, oh, it's so cozy coming back. The smell of a wood burning fire going, and I can just imagine how warm it is inside the cabin there.
Francisco. Miss Wendley is seen Thursby and has a date managing her.
Yeah.
Oh, but you must be careful. I'm deathly afraid. I don't think he'd hesitate to kill Corinne if he thought it would save him.
Thanks. Listen, Precious. Miles has been shot. Yeah.
So it's nice to see Lando playing again and running on the trail. What do you got? He looks like he's almost all the way healed. He's having a lot of fun today. Can't wait to get him back out on the trails in front of the Jeep. Look at you. I think he's gonna really, really like that, even though he does love his time here in at the island. So we're all really, really happy that he's doing much better. And in the meantime, we'll see you down the road.